Welcome back to the Years of Making podcast with your hosts,
Lizzie.
and Noah. Today is episode 13 of the podcast. We appreciate all the support on the Josiah Perkins episode. That was a lot of fun to record. And we had to actually replan that to be, we had an original recording date, and then we changed it because something happened. So we'll get into that another day in a whole nother podcast. But today we're not having an icebreaker based on the fact that, there's no ice to break since it's starting to get cold outside. Um, but we haven't filmed in a minute, so Lizzie's just going to recap a few things that's been going on in our lives in the month of October. This should still be coming out in October. Yeah, I think it's coming out 31st or something like that.
Yeah, it's the 31st.
Yeah, but Lizzie, if you want to take the mic that you already have and kind of recap what's been going on this month, it's been a pretty busy month for us. As you can look at the calendar in the fridge, there's a ton of stuff on there.
Single day,
pretty much.
So, first of all, we celebrated our 1 year anniversary. That was October 7th. So that was our 1 year marriage anniversary. We went to Williamsburg, Virginia for a weekend. When we always go to town, we try to go different places. That's something about us. We do not like going to the same place. We love, discovering new places.
Yep.
We really didn't do the historic part of Williamsburg, but more so, just grabbing coffee, shopping, finding restaurants. We played putt-putt. We did walk in downtown Williamsburg, where the historic part is, because they were having, a festival. I don't know, me and Noah talked about it. It's just a different world down there. You just feel so safe, and it's
very homey.
So homey. So we really enjoyed ourselves there. And then I'm trying to think. And then my birthday, so we celebrated our 1 year anniversary, did a trip for that. And then my 21st birthday was this past Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So that we had a grand old time there. Noah had a couple things up his sleeve. Noah was like, what do you want to do for your birthday, the night of? And I was like, I just want mod pizza and Andy's frozen custard. So I was there, and then afterwards we went to Hobby Lobby, so I was just having a grand old time.
Yep.
So we went there, and then Noah set up a scavenger hunt, so he got 10 things.
Yeah.
It was honestly more necessities that we needed in the kitchen that you just don't think to buy. So a new spatula and an electric can opener. I don't know. He just came up with really great ideas of stuff that we just use every day in the kitchen that makes my life a lot easier.
Yep.
So we did a scavenger hunt with that. So he had hints on his phone that he would tell me, and then I would have to go find the item based on the hint. And he had because it was 10 different items, so he had 10 different hints for me to go find that. So that was really sweet and thoughtful. I don't know.
Did you have a favorite gift out of all of them? I got you. I mean, they're all so useful,
dude. They're all so good.
They're all okay.
This is
stuff that's useful.
So, Noah I don't know how he thought of some of this stuff. So he got this. Okay, I think this is the most. I don't know. This is probably the best thing you got, because this is all your idea. The trash can thing.
Yep.
So he got this thing where it's kind of, what is it technically called on Amazon?
I don't know. All I did was look up trash can smell better or something on Amazon.
To make your trash can smell better. Because I think because we just cook a lot, it's just we're throwing away parts of for example, you're throwing away chicken fat and you're throwing away this and that.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm not changing our trash can every day. We change it multiple times a week. So it would just smell awful. So it would literally smell like a dirty diaper.
Or worse than that. It was
bad.
It was terrible. Oh my goodness.
I mean, the thing is, if we had I don't know, it was just things that got put in the trash can that made it smell terrible. But it's just a command strip thing.
Yep.
And you stick it to the top of the trash can, inside the top of the trash can. And you can when it stops smelling good, you can switch it out. It's insane. Like I don't even know how to really explain it other than that. It's quite literally life changing. You're gonna say hey to the camera? Yeah. It's literally life changing. Like it has made our house smell so good. So he did that, and then Friday night so me and Noah, if y'all know us, Texas Roadhouse is our place. Like if we don't really know where to eat, we're on Texas Roadhouse. That's probably dating. We probably went there definitely the most.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's like it's good. Good amount of. It's not super expensive. It's just good. So we've been talking about going to Texas Roadhouse for probably. You were like, I think we both had the idea, kind of.
No, I literally.
Oh, did you?
I when we were on the way to our marriage retreat that we also went to this month, I like randomly said I just got the random whiff of Texas Roadhouse rolls, and you were like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, maybe we should go there next Friday. That sounds really good."
Well,
I hinted at it, and she took the bait, and it worked.
Well, of course I'm gonna take the Texas Roadhouse bait. Come on now. But it was funny. So, long story short, we're going to Texas Roadhouse, and he surprises us with he coordinates the surprise birthday thing for me with like some of our best friends. I don't know how he pulled that off.
Just know that I'm him. That's all you need to know.
Like it was, I just okay. For some reason, we went to Lacey and Aaron's house before dinner. They got me cupcakes and played Uno. Then that somehow led to the next step of dinner because one of our other friends had to work late. So we somehow ended up at Lacey and Aaron's like future apartment. I don't know. It was just crazy. But it worked. It worked. Yeah, you did a great job. Anyways, so he planned that for me. I forgot about the marriage retreat.
We did go.
Let's talk about that. That was.
Let's do that.
Yeah. What date was that? Was that?
That was
18th, maybe?
It was not last week, but the week before that weekend.
I think that was the 18th. Yeah. So we went for Friday night and Saturday night, and then we came back home Sunday. But yeah, it was a marriage retreat. It was a camp retreat center in the mountains.
Brevard, North Carolina.
Yeah, in Brevard, North Carolina. Called the Wilds. Yeah. But they had like sermons like twice a day. It was awesome. Like, they had, I feel like there was couples from every stage of life there. Like there were some people that were married for like a year like us, and then people that were married for like 59 years. So I feel like you can just like you're always improving in your marriage. So it's like it just shows with that because people at a marriage retreat that have been married for 59 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good. I think it was a lot of like thoughtful and useful information that can help us improve and grow in our marriage. But it was super awesome. We went ziplining over a waterfall.
Yep.
We did a giant swing that I about had a heart attack on. We also went to Carowinds this month. This month has literally been crazy for us.
Jam-packed.
So in the same week, we went to Carowinds with our youth group. We went on this giant swing at the Wilds, and we went over probably, oh my goodness, maybe 500 foot up in the air over a waterfall ziplining. So to say that my heart, like I probably am on the verge of a heart attack after going through all of that. Because, like, I don't love being scared, but I just am here for the ride. You know what I mean? I don't love it, but, like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
it
was, my heart was racing for the past week, that week period of time.
Yep.
So,
we've had a pretty busy month, like we said, Williamsburg, and then the weekend after that, it was Carowinds. The weekend after that, it was, wedding or retreat, couples retreat, and then this weekend was Lizzie's birthday weekend. So we've been very busy. That means I haven't played a lot of golf, which is quite depressive.
We have like pretty busy, honestly, toward the rest of the year. I mean, I feel like there's something like every single weekend, which is fun. I mean, we love staying busy and
absolutely
having something to do. So anyways,
but happy birthday to Lizzie. Happy 21st.
You did so good.
You
killed it. You literally killed it.
Lizzie surprised me for my 21st birthday with all of my friends, and I was like, I need to do the same and step it up one. So I didn't think I had it in me to do a surprise party all by myself, but
I was telling him, Noah, like, he is you're organized. Like, with, like,
For a guy.
For a guy, he's organized. But, like, for vacations, like, I'm the one planning vacations and this and that. Like, he's just here for the ride. I mean, he does help plan out, like, where to eat and stuff like that. But anyways, he killed that. Like, I was so impressed. I'm so impressed with you.
I really appreciate that. But that was our icebreaker for the day that we didn't have. We just, it's a while since we filmed. So it's, we think it's right to go ahead and give y'all kind of a recap what's been going on in our lives. Our life runs at a mile a minute, but, we've been very blessed to be in the, part of life that we're in right now. Now, some of you probably read the title of this podcast.
And like, some of y'all are probably, like, scared for your lives.
Do you think, are the Robinsons pregnant? Is something big going to happen? Or are we moving? No, and no. So, there's something that we've been hiding from you guys. Not necessarily we, but more me. So, drum roll, please. I have a new job.
Yay!
What? Wow, I got a reaction. That was awesome.
I'm excited because I have him home for dinners every night now.
Yes. So obviously you guys know I worked at Vans for a while, and I was just ready to get out of retail. If you've worked in retail, you understand, like, 4 years of retail, especially retail management as well for me, it was just getting really rough for me, and a lot of my friends were leaving, and it was just kind of like I was left there alone. So, like, Lizzie can attest to this, I was applying to jobs in January, February. Obviously, there was the job I, started the one day and quit the same day. That was a great experience as well.
You have a lot of good stories.
I have a lot of great job stories, but long story short, I went back to Vans and ended up working at Vans for a few months, and it just got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. So I kept job searching, and the last thing I expected was for my dad to help me out with this. Like, I wasn't begging for anybody to help me with something. And actually, at this time, I was applying for Vans Corporate, which was, something that I had really been looking forward to. I was applying to Vans Corporate, and I ended up applying to 2 jobs there and getting rejected from both. And I was very down about that because that was something I'd always been wanting to work for. But this opportunity came, and my dad kind of told his boss about this story of me, quitting that job on the first day. And my dad's company was willing to give me a shot at, working for that company. And the original plan was for me to work there about once a week up until I finished this semester of college, and then I would start full time this December, next January. But I was just so ready to get out of retail. Lizzie could attest, like, I was so ready to get out, and I was like, if this opportunity is available right now, I'm taking it. So I went from going to work one day a week at this job to working full time. I started August 19th of this year, and that was also, I think, the day before our first day of school. So thankfully, I'm an all online student, so I can do my schooling from home. I don't have to go in person for all my classes, and thankfully that's an option for me, and it's a real blessing. But I literally started school the day after I started this new job. So the job that I'm doing now, I'm a sales rep. So I'm a sales representative for this company I work for, and we specialize in data cabling, audio visual, so AV, security, fire alarm, fire protection, etc. And I'm just a sales rep for it. So I'm a sales rep / account manager, and my job is pretty much selling the offerings that we have as a company. And I'm not going to dig too deep into it, because if you dig deep into the details of it, it's, sort of boring. But my job pretty much on a day-to-day is emailing a lot of, general contractors, electrical contractors, and trying to get as much info out of them as I can to submit bids to as many customers as possible. So I have not made a successful sale yet, but thankfully they're being very patient with me. It's not a process to where you need to sell something right away. Rather, you kind of have to build up your clientele and your connections and ease into it. Now, a big part of this new job, something that I've grown a lot of love for, is LinkedIn. And I am trying to build my LinkedIn connections to 500 plus.
He's been committed.
I have been committed. I think I've gained like 200 followers in the past 2 months. Not followers, but connections. But anyways, this new job, I'm honestly not sure what the future holds with it, but I am very eager to continue to work, as hard as I can. I'm really appreciative of my dad looking out for me. I mean, working for the company, I can tell you all a story real quick, actually. So for an assignment at ACC, at the time, I didn't know the name of the company my dad worked for. So
we were filling out our UNCG applications.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, I want to say we were both filling out our UNCG applications, or something like that to apply, and it asked about your like kind of your parents and what they did and so forth. So, anyways.
Well, I got some okay, I know where my mom works. My dad just not recently, but fairly new to the job that he was at, and I didn't know the name of the company. Like, I didn't know what my dad did. Now that I work with him, I know exactly what he does. But it was just funny because I had to call my dad, and I was like, "Dad, where do you work?"
Me and
Lizzie, for the longest time, it was a great inside joke. But now it's just like a full circle moment because I went from not knowing the name of the company my dad worked for to working down the hall for my dad. It's just so funny. But like I said, I'm very appreciative of my dad looking out for me. It means a lot to me for sure. But my boss, giving me a chance and hiring me full time. It's been a great experience so far. It's pretty slow when you get started, and it's pretty slow for me. But there's somebody that works there that was in the same shoes as me, coming right out of college. And from what he said, it's like it's going to start off really slow, but once you get in, the first few years, it's going to start picking up. So I'm just really grateful that I got a job and I've been in sales for 4 years in retail, but this market of sales is so different. Instead of customers coming into a building for you, you have to go out and reach out to them. And that's just kind of how the sales rep aspect of things is. Even though it's not me like going door to door or anything like that, it's just like trying to figure out people's contact info and emailing them and trying to get, see if anybody needs any upgrades or new equipment and stuff like that. If you want to talk to me about it one-on-one, that's great. But I just don't think it's extremely interesting to dive into. And I doubt everybody's, wanting to know like, oh my goodness, Noah's selling AV equipment. That's so cool. You're probably not saying that. But anyways, we just wanted to kind of hop in and let you guys know that I've kind of been keeping a secret from you guys for the past 2 months, but I've also kind of hinted at it a few times. The good thing about this job is it's from 8 to 5. So me and Lizzie get guaranteed nights together, which is a blessing for sure. Because at Vans, I was having to work sometimes 3 or 4 nights a week, which would get really annoying. But it's 8 to 5 job. I have an office in office in Raleigh and Winston, and I have my own office in each location is what I meant to say. So I kind of go in between both. But it's a great company to work for. Everything, pay, benefits, everything's good. And it's a real blessing that it came at the time it did. Now, with the future of this company, I don't know what's to come, like I said earlier, but, I know the Lord's got a plan for me, and, he's going to keep on working that out. I could be here for, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. I just don't know. So I'll just have to, pray about that. And, it was just it kind of hit me like a train, like how unexpected it was. And I never in a million years, thought I would be doing work with my dad, because I didn't even know what he did. But now, working with him, it's it's a good job, and I'm really really thankful that they were willing to take a shot on me, and you know I will not I will prove everybody wrong, and I will do to my best ability, to the best God given ability I can do. But anyways, that's kind of what's been going on in our lives. Just a lot going on in the month of October. Lizzie and I are about done with school,
It's almost
which is a blessing.
a little bit more than a month left.
Yes,
well, our graduation is a little over a month, which is so crazy.
Dude, we've been in school so long, like college, high school, middle school, elementary, pre-K. We haven't stopped. Like, we genuinely haven't stopped.
The thing is, for us, like, a lot of people take gap years. We just somehow stuck with it.
Yep. And I'm very grateful that the Lord has given me this opportunity to work with this company. And one thing that you could pray for us with is just Lizzie's future endeavors, as she's going to be graduating in December as well. If y'all could just pray that this kind of same opportunity would come, and the Lord's will would be done in that. Lizzie would get a good job that could provide for both of us, and I think that's something Lizzie's stressed out about a little bit, but the Lord's always going to work things out in His way, and we don't understand that at all times, but He's always cooking for sure. 2024 brain rot. Lord's always cooking.
Lord's always cooking.
But just pray for Lizzie on her behalf on that, and hopefully everything turns out very well. And we have a lot of things planned, hopefully for next year. A lot going on this year, a lot going on next year, and we need some prayer in some areas. So if you don't mind lifting up a prayer for us, if you think about it. But anyways, Lizzie, you got anything else for the viewers today?
I don't think so.
Sorry for the shorter episode. We want to have another guest on. We'll just have to figure out the kinks, because we have a lot of guests in mind. It's just like getting them over here and getting them to sit down and film with us. With hard. Everybody's different schedules and stuff is hard. But if you have a certain guest in mind, or if that guest is you, just comment that down below.
Yeah, we would love to have
a whole diverse group of guests on here. Would be awesome. But we're almost at 50 subscribers, which to some obviously wouldn't seem like a lot, but me and Lizzie built this podcast from the ground up, and most podcasts don't get past 10 episodes, so we're probably in the top 90% of podcasts right now. We're on episode 13, so we appreciate you if you made it to the end. Comment down below. Honey's sleeping. If you made it that far, we love you guys and appreciate you, and always supporting us. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Years in the Making podcast. It should be. Mm-hmm. And then obviously on YouTube, Years in the Making. Catch us on Apple Podcast as well as Spotify. Apple Podcast only audio, Spotify and YouTube video and audio. We hope you guys have a fantastic day. Make sure to check out our previous episodes with Josiah Perkins, Adam and Marissa, Noah Hooper, and Lacey and Aaron, and expect a 5th guest coming very soon. We love you guys. Have a great one. Bye, Felicia.